Down with racism, down. Thank you very much, comrades. Thank you very much, Comrade Chairperson. Let me take this opportunity to also greet the leadership of the EFF from the Central Command Team, which is here, the leadership of the province, the leadership of the region, and the leadership of the Student Command, UP branch, the leadership of the Student Command nationally led by the President, leaders of who are here today, and all of you, the students who are looking into the future and highly committed to the transformation agenda. We want that this EFF represent the future, will be here to stay. So the sooner they make peace with that, the better. Comrades, I stand here today at the heart of racism, where you as students of this university have decided to wage the struggle to destroy the white supremacy and be the necessary irritation against white Afrikaner arrogance. Fellow fighters, I'm aware that I've been invited here by progressive young people of this university. It is here at this university where racists painted themselves with black faces and tried to undermine you and the history of our struggle against apartheid. The use of language to oppress us in order to portray themselves as the oppressed. They paint themselves black because they know that black represent oppression, and they want to project themselves as victims, whereas they are the ones who are attacking us. Comrades, it is here at this university where those who are in the management collaborated with the racist and right-wing formations such as AfriForum to reverse your democratic victory in SRC election last year. Yet they portray the EFF as an undemocratic organization, but themselves will never accept a democratic will of the students. They framed you and wanted to create an impression that you are racist when they were racist themselves. They felt so inferior that when they could not defeat you democratically, they resorted to smear campaign to undermine the democratic will of the students. Fellow fighters, after all of this attempt to deny you the rightful victory you attained last year, you were not discouraged, and you worked harder for students, and you once again emerged victorious, and no one could deny you your victory. I am here, therefore, to honor you, because you represent the fighting spirit that we need to achieve economic freedom in our lifetime and to achieve the defeat of racism and white supremacy. I'm here to honor you, comrades and students of the University of Pretoria, because you have chosen to believe in the EFF, not based on what racists say about us, but based on what you know this revolutionary movement to represent. The EFF represents anti-racism. The EFF represents anti-colonialism, and the EFF represents justice and equality. You did not allow those who seek to undermine what it means to be black to define to you what this movement stands for. And for that, we applaud you. Comrades, there are many important things that we must reflect on here today, because it is our duty as revolutionaries to ensure that we do not allow ourselves and the ideas of our opposition to mischaracterize us. We must make sure that we, at all material times, we tell our story and we speak for ourselves. No one must choose heroes for us. We know our heroes. No one must define us, because we can define ourselves. The right-wing organization use fear to fundraise They use fear to secure votes, and they manipulate racists because racism relies on ignorance, desperation, and disunity. And the EFF has for too long been used as a weapon by racists to gather support in this country. When they want to engage in Swart Gevaar, they just mention the EFF or the name Malema, then white people get scared, because that's what white supremacists are. They are gullible and they get easily intimidated because they want to protect privilege. Fighters, we must never be ashamed of being black. We must always be black and be proud. And we must always fight against Africanerism and against white supremacy. We must not allow those who stole our land and our wealth to want to project themselves as our heroes. We must confront racism at all material times. This university celebrates racism. It is the center of racism. The white supremacists find comfort in this university. And we must tell them that this place will never be a home of Africans. It will be a home of isiZulu, Sepedi, Ndebele, Sitonga, Venda, and all official languages. If they want Africans in this university, they must know that all languages must be represented in this university. We want the children of Soshanguve, of Mamelodi, of Hammanskraal, of Mabopane. We want them, when they look at this university, they must see themselves. The children of Soshanguve in Jugulayini, they must know that their future is in this university. Comrades, we must never rely on white liberals to manage us, because white liberals always want to create an impression that they are with us, whereas they are benefiting both sides. They keep us in long meetings debating how our pain can be dealt with, and after those long meetings, they resort back to white privilege. We must never allow them to derail our revolution. We must fight against everyone who want to derail our revolution. In this city of Pretoria, that's where they killed Steve Biko. Steve Biko died here. And if we want to make Steve Biko proud, we must represent exactly what Steve Biko stood for. It is for this reason that Steve Biko developed the theory of black consciousness and defined it as an attempt to infuse the black community with a newfound pride in themselves, their efforts, their value system, their culture, their religion, and their outlook on life. It was Steve Biko who was trying to make us to be proud of who we are and never be ashamed of who we are. We must never want to be like white people. We must just be ourselves, and the rest will follow. Comrades, racism is an evil system, and that evil system does not represent what the future looks like. There is no way there will be non-racial society in this country if white supremacists see themselves as superior. The only way to achieve the non-racial society is when the white Afrikaners and white supremacists accept that they are an equal nation to all of us. For as long as they project themselves as superior and want to preach non-racialism, they must know in reality that will never be achieved. How can we be non-racial if we see ourselves as superior and see others as inferior? By virtue of having a divided nation on the basis of race, you must know we will never achieve non-racialism. They are fighting against the EFF because the EFF represent the truth. The only crime the EFF committed in this country was to tell the truth to power and never be scared to confront white racism. We are the only people who engage white people head on. And that's why they've taken their time to want to destroy the only weapon black people have, which is the EFF. So we must make sure that we don't succumb to white supremacy. The students of UP, you are the ones who have led the way, and you have done so for the past 3 years. And everybody else is going to learn from you that you can elect the EFF and still live a beautiful life. Because the EFF is the only organization which will fight for the black nation. Comrades, racism is violence. And they must never project you as being violent, because the racists are violent themselves. There is no way you can be racist and not be violent. For as long as your grandfathers and great-grandfathers benefited from the land, the stolen minerals of this country, you must know that you represent violence. You cannot represent peace while you are in possession of stolen goods. You must return the stolen goods if you represent good. I want to commend you for having achieved a lot in this university, especially during the Feast Must Fall. It was you who fought for the insourcing of cleaners and security guards. And we are proud that you have appreciated that the struggle of the workers is the struggle of the students. You cannot separate the struggles of the workers from the struggles of the students. By taking up that challenge, you championed the future, and we are happy that these workers today are receiving a reasonable salaries. But I want to challenge you, the student command, to lead a campaign in this university and follow in the footsteps of University of Cape Town and University of Western Cape by making sure that this institution cut all the relationship they have, especially academic and research ties with Israel. We don't want anything that has got to do with Israel. How do you relate to people who commit genocide against Palestinians, people who are bombing hospitals?
If you found this video informative, please like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell for more content like this. And as always, let us know your thoughts in the comments below. Until next time, stay informed and stay engaged.